You could call me a poet, but that's not all I am. I'll sing you a song with a big bad band. I'll give you brain tingles and twitchy fingers while the questions bloom out my mouth. I'll teach while I learn about this lion city where I come from. It's always new to me. This is 21st century Singapore. Each race has retained and evolved its own culture and heritage. But each has also been influenced by the customs and traditions of other races. The result has been a distinctly Singaporean strain of Indian, Malay, Chinese, Eurasian, and Peranakan cultures, and a unique Singapore identity which we all embody and share. From life milestones to a passion for performing, and even reviving an almost extinct language, I find out what it really means to be a true blue Singaporean. You know those festive red banners you see hanging outside Chinese homes and businesses? I've been around them my whole life, but never really known what they mean. I'm about to find out. There's so many old things in this shop. It feels so magical.
Yes, these are all Chinese cultural products. We import and deal with Chinese musical instruments, theatrical props, like costumes for the Chinese wayang. So here, actually, I'm making a red banner. We call it Hong Cai. So this is something which is I've got to hands-on, and the craft was passed down from grandfather to my father, and then now today I'm making this again.
Craft takes discipline and time.
Yes.
How long did it take you before you could craft the banner right?
It took me quite a while. The difficult part is actually on the calculation. So measurements got to be perfect. Sometimes I have customers coming to me with the geomancy measurement. Chinese, we call it the feng shui measurement.
Geomancy measurements.
Yes. Using the feng shui measurement, they would want to go according to the red indication instead of the black indication. They give me, for example, 1168 mm. But being a piece of textile, the cloth can stretch or reduce unless your feng shui master agrees that give and take maybe up to 2 inches. I can do it for you. And to the Chinese, anything red is auspicious, is good luck. So every time you see someone, like in the Chinese house, hanging up with a red banner, it shows that it's like an announcement, telling everyone, say, hey, we have a very special, happy occasion happening here.
It's a celebration signal.
Yes, that's right. So this is how the ball will look like. These are the layered, and then you hold edge, this edge, and then you try to roll it out first. Then you tot it. You like to try?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. It's actually quite simple. Yes, you hold this edge. Yes,
and then I just pull it out?
That's right. Yes. And then, you try to... Yes, that's right. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. The red banner is no more just a piece of red cloth anymore. To some of my customers, it's like a piece of art. It makes the mood of the entire celebration.
So that makes you an artist?
Yes, you can say that.
It sounds like you bring joy to people with your art.
Yes, that's why I want to continue. I also always say, so long one day I'm around and my machine's still working, I will continue to make.
Singapore's Chinese culture is multifaceted and constantly evolving. It has even inspired some of the younger generation to put their own twist on it. I'm about to meet a next-level teenager. She was first on stage when she was just 3 years old. When I was 3, I probably thought that 3 and 3 made 2. Math was never my thing. At 15, she was the lead actor in a Teochew opera play. I'm gonna find out what makes her sick.
To me, Teochew opera is special because it has unique music, the intricate headdress, colorful costumes, the very thick makeup, and the stories behind every performance that I watch. I find that really, really interesting. We can learn many stories and many moral values through Teochew opera. Like in Justice Bao, we also can learn how to be like very truthful, very honest, and have a big benevolent heart.
And now you're gonna maybe teach me how to do something?
I'll teach you how to sing a small verse. 乌江，乌江，西西西。Yes, yes.
Why do you think it's important for you to keep your traditional Teochew roots?
There's this saying that goes like, when we learn another language, it will bring us afar. But when we learn our own dialect, it will let us learn deeper into our roots.
That's a great quote. Thanks for sharing that. What is it that you're proudest of?
I think I'm proudest of the fact that I can represent Singapore to showcase and perform Teochew opera, this traditional art form, to the rest of the world.
It's been so cool to learn about the origin of Teochew opera and how it came all the way from China into the heart of a 15-year-old girl in Singapore. If there's anything I've taken away from the session, it's that some people might say tradition is dead, but it's clearly not. It's so alive in Wei Tian. I get to be a part of the henna party too. A bunch of peacocks in a peacock. I'm making art on a pebble with all these people, but not just any art. This is Singa Rangoli. What's that, you ask? You're about to find out.
The Rangoli is a tradition in India to get the health, wealth and prosperity to the house. It's the tradition that it should be passed on from generation to generation, like all the girls of the house should know to do the art.
Yeah, there's some skill that I don't have.
There is a way, technique to do it, and then it's a kind of difficult.
Good.
This kind of design should be done for all the happy occasion and all the prayers. It is very important. We have to do bit price Rangoli design. In a multiracial society and multiracial country, so I feel it is very important to know your tradition and culture, and you must teach other people.
Vijaya created a version of Rangoli for Singapore that was more relevant, using modified materials. Amazing.
Yes, very nice. Good job. Wow.
Yay!
Great.
I did it!
Yes.
And I'll tell you one thing. This Rangoli art, the patterns look geometric and almost simple, but they're not. It's ancient craft.
Singa Rangoli is a Singapore version of Rangoli because traditionally Rangoli is done on the floor and using rice powder and color powders. So I have modified and then they can sit on the table. So those Rangolis can be like on the wall, on the ceiling, everywhere. It can also be a wall piece in your house after you finish. This is actually the bangles we wear. I broke the bangles and then this is the traditional Indian design, it's acrylic mirrors. And then this is the clay. I used cotton bud as a peacock feather.
Yeah.
And then gemstones for the body of the peacock. I started using it as a therapy for old age home, children home, and then people with special needs. Whatever I use is contemporary and according to the need and taste of the people in Singapore. So that's why I call it Singa Rangoli.
Diverse and eclectic,
Yeah.
just like this country.
Yeah.
From one important tradition in Singapore to another. Malam Berinai, loosely translated as henna staining ceremony. The tradition displays the readiness of the bride and groom to start their new life together. Let's have a look.
Actually, it's originated from Egypt and India. So it has been brought down to Southeast Asia, and then it has been a culture in a Malay tradition for a very long time as well.
We use it in Singapore in our bridal practices, but both within the Indian and Malay community, so it's quite intercultural, isn't it?
Usually, Indians and Malays get their henna done before their weddings. The Malays call it the Malam Berinai, whereas the Indians will call it the Sangeet night. It's also used in other races as well because of interracial weddings. So when the Chinese get married to Indians or the Chinese bride gets married to a Malay man, so even the Chinese bride gets their henna done as well.
So we adopt each other's practices also.
That's right.
Yeah, that's our melting pot. Check out the color.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Oh.
There is a Malam Berinai coming up. Would you want to join us?
Yeah, I would love to. I'm so excited. Now I get to see Malam Berinai for myself. I'm here with Ida in her house, and Ida's about to get married.
Yes.
I'm the bride.
She wanted it simple.
Wow, I mean, that's crazy to me because to me that looks like really detailed. The red tinge of the henna is believed to repel evil spirits. When adorned on the palm, it's a symbol to guard oneself. On the feet, it's to ensure that the bride doesn't walk away from the groom. Malam Berinai is also about friendship and the gathering of the bride's friends and family. So I'm here with Mira, one of Ida's friends, and I just wanted to ask exactly what it is that makes people want to continue the Malam Berinai tradition.
For me, it's just to keep up, to maintain the culture, and then to follow the generation tradition, because that's what my grandmom, my mom, and also soon myself.
Yeah, so actually the way that it's significant to you both is about this passing on through generations. Yeah. Tengbong Yosinomi Deborah. She is going to be my dance partner. Nothing explains our uniquely Singaporean mishmash of cultures and races than, well, the Peranakans. Peranakan means locally born in Malay. They're the offspring of Chinese traders and local women from Southeast Asia, and they've been around since the 14th century. I'm on my way to the Intan, a Peranakan heritage home, which is also a museum. It is the brainchild of antique collector Alvin Yap, a Peranakan Baba. Yes, that's what the Peranakans call their menfolk.
I've been collecting for the last 30 years, and it really allows me to connect with my past, my heritage. This is an ancestral altar. At one glance, you might say, hey, Alvin, but it looks like a typical Chinese altar. Yeah? But that's very true because Peranakans were Chinese and ancestral worship came from China. But the Peranakans improvised a little bit with our own commissioned style porcelain. We had the chenap, which is a prayer offering equipment, and voila, it became Peranakan.
What do you think it is that draws people towards Peranakan culture?
So I think Peranakan culture is a very easy culture to fall in love with. It's very colorful. It's for some, it's very romantic. It's about the Chinese immigrants coming to this part of the world and intermarrying local community is, to me, very relevant in today's world, where we see different cultures coming together and somehow having a lifestyle that is seamless.
This museum is such a beautiful collection of artifacts. What's your favorite thing here?
It was a pair of shoes that my grandmother had sewed for my mother. And so I tell my visitors, everything else money can buy, but the thing that belongs to the family is priceless. So for me, it has to be that pair of shoes.
Alvin's grandmother was determined to pass down a pair of shoes. I'm going to meet a group of people next who are trying to do the same with words. Have you heard of Kristang? It's the language of the Portuguese Eurasians, a Creole, a mix of Portuguese and Malay. I'm half Eurasian, but I really don't know much about it. Maybe it's time I learn. Kevin, if I was in your class and I was your student and I'd never spoken Kristang before, what's the first thing that you would teach me how to say?
Oh, definitely. Hi, my name is, so it'd be Tengbong Yosonomi Deborah.
Tengbong Yosonomi Deborah, that's Kristang. Now, you might wonder, other races have their own mother tongue, but what about Eurasians? Well, it's Kristang, and it has pretty much been a forgotten language for the past few decades, at least until Kevin came into the picture.
No, you use 4 words in the same sentence.
Kristang started in Malacca, where the arriving Portuguese intermarried with the locals. So then you got Portuguese Eurasians from that, and you got their mixed language.
And now you're trying to revive it with your movement. What is it called?
Kodra Kristang. Means
Kodra Kristang.
Yeah, to awaken Kristang.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Kodra Kristang.
Being a Eurasian, I've always spoken English and never knew about my mother tongue. And it would be nice to tell them that I have a mother tongue. In those days, I used to say Portuguese, but now I've learned it is actually Kristang. Jadana tres piu, tem tanto sangre. Kibos jakumi isti atadi?
Isti atari or anoti?
Isti atadi.
Isti atari, ang kasabi.
Ang kasabi. Onti anoti, kantora bosja drumi.
Moto tajui, cuma onziora. Yeah.
Kifoi.
Kazumisti.
I know many Eurasians in my generation who are actually completely unaware about the language or the fact that their grandparents used to speak it. I think it's definitely important that people in my generation are educated about their culture and they at least know how to speak the language.
I'm really enjoying this lesson. I think my favorite word that I've learned so far today is curious, which means rainbow. I'm going to go back to my lesson now. Did you know that Kristang is also used in Eurasian dances? Say what? Yes, Eurasian dances. One of them is the Jinkli Nona, and it's usually performed at Eurasian weddings. I'll be honest, I don't know this dance, but hey, this is my chance to learn a bit more of my heritage. So who taught you how to dance?
We learnt it from our parents at parties. The Jinkli Nona is a love song and dance, and it's a must at most Eurasian weddings. It is the culture of the Eurasians, and it's been passed on from generation to generation. It would be a pity if we just didn't carry on with it. Well, we're hoping that the younger generation would come forward, like these young ladies have done, to carry on the tradition.
They did so amazing.
Would you like to try the dance?
Only if I can wear one of those outfits.
Okay, we'll try and get you one.
These colorful costumes are inspired by the traditional folk dancing gear from the region of Minho in Portugal. This is Shelley. She is going to be my dance partner.
Science fiction writer Terry Pratchett once said, "If you don't know where you come from, then you don't know where you are. And if you don't know where you are, then you don't know where you're going." This is how I see the melting pot of all of the different races and cultures in Singapore. To be Singaporean means you can have your own distinct heritage and traditions, while at the same time being part of a more complex Singaporean soup, sharing a collective identity with all the other ethnicities on this sweet little island.